All right, let's dive in. Today, we're going to talk about our kids' digital world. It's this incredible place, right? Full of connection and learning, but it also comes with its own set of challenges. This is all about helping you understand that world and, most importantly, how to keep them safe in it. So, let's get right to it.
So to kick things off, look at this number, 45%. According to the Australian Institute of Family Studies, that's the percentage of 12 to 13-year-olds with a TV in their bedroom. And that's just TVs. Think about phones, tablets, laptops. It really shows how much the digital world has moved from the family living room right into our kids' most private spaces. It's a totally different ballgame than when most of us were growing up.
And that really brings us to the big question, doesn't it? When their whole world, their friends, their entertainment, their homework is happening through a screen, what are the best ways to make sure they're okay? How do we keep them safe?
To figure out the solutions, we first have to really get a handle on the problems. And in this digital playground, some of the biggest risks are the ones you can't see right away. So let's break down the core challenges that parents are really up against.
A huge one, of course, is cyberbullying. And I think this definition from UNICEF is so important. Notice the key words here. It's not just a one-off mean comment. It's bullying that uses tech. It's repeated, and the whole point is to scare, anger, or shame someone. That repetition is absolutely key.
So what does that actually look like day to day? Well, it can be a lot of different things. It could be spreading rumors or posting a photo they never wanted anyone to see. It could be sending nasty messages over and over. Or, and this one is tricky, it could even be someone impersonating your kid or creating a fake account just to harass them. It helps to know what to look for because it's not always obvious.
Okay, another risk that's kinda invisible is their digital footprint. And, there are actually two sides to this. There's the active footprint. That's the stuff they know they're sharing, like social media posts or comments. But then there's the passive one, which is all the data being collected in the background, like websites tracking what they look at or apps logging their location. A whole profile is being built about them, and they don't even realize it.
And this analogy from learning.com just hits the nail on the head. A footprint in the sand, the tide comes in and washes it away. No big deal. But a digital footprint, well, that can be screenshotted, copied, and shared forever. It's practically permanent, and that's a tough but crucial lesson for our kids to learn. All right, so we've looked at the risks. Now let's pivot to what we can actually do about it. This is the proactive part. It's all about creating a family game plan, one that's really built on trust, and just keeping those lines of communication wide open.
So healthychildren.org has this awesome, super practical 4-step plan. And notice the first step. Build a plan together. This isn't about just laying down the law. It's about agreeing on rules as a family. Then create those screen-free zones, like the dinner table. So important. Number 3 is just making it normal to talk about what's happening online, the good and the bad. And number 4, that might be the toughest one. We have to be good role models with our own screen time.
But look, even with the best game plan in the world, sometimes things still go wrong. So what do you do in that moment? Think of this next section as your digital first aid kit. Clear, actionable steps for when you're facing a problem like cyberbullying head-on.
This is the question that I think keeps every parent up at night. That moment of discovery can feel so overwhelming, but having a clear plan helps you respond effectively instead of just reacting out of fear or anger. So what are those first, most critical moves?
UNICEF gives us a really clear 4-step emergency plan. First things first, just listen to your child and make sure they know you're on their team. Then, you got to become a detective. Collect the evidence. Take screenshots of everything. Don't engage, don't write back, just document it all. And finally, use the tools the platforms give you. Block the bully to stop the bleeding, and then formally report them. It's all about taking the power back.
And speaking of tools, let's open up the digital toolkit that's available for parents. I mean, if technology is part of the problem, it can also be a really powerful part of the solution. You just have to know what's out there.
Your first line of defense is totally free, and it's already built into the apps your kids are using. We're talking block, mute, restrict, and report. They're all so useful. That restrict one is especially great. It lets you limit what someone can do on your kid's profile without them even being notified, which avoids a lot of drama. Teaching your child how to use these tools gives them a real sense of control.
Now, if you want to go a step further, there are all kinds of third-party parental control apps. Here's a quick look at a few different approaches. You've got something like Aura, which is designed for teens and tries to build trust by looking at patterns, not spying on every message. Then there's Bark, which is way more comprehensive, monitoring tons of platforms and sending you alerts. And Custodio is a big one for parents focused on location tracking. The best tool really just depends on your family and what you're comfortable with.
After all this talk about apps and tech and software, I think this quote from UNICEF just brings it all back to what really matters. The tools can help, for sure, but they are no substitute for a parent who is present, engaged, and talking with their kid. You, the conversations you have, the trust you build, that's the real firewall.
So, let's end with this challenge, because knowing all this is one thing, but doing something with it is what counts. So think about it. Based on everything we just talked about, what is one conversation, just one small one, you can start with your child tonight to open that door? Thanks so much for joining me.